Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I will start over. So, we started at 3, had a few clients come in, so went and took care of the clients, made their shakes, their teas, because we are at Le Givry Shake Bar. So if ever you want a good shake, you want a great tea, energizing tea, and a shake that is a full meal, we're talking about like Oreo shakes, we're talking about caramel shakes, we're talking about like scrumptious shakes. Anywho, come check us out, 142J, 25th Avenue, St. Eustache. Anywho, today this live is to talk about 7 lessons that I've learned from life through football. So talk about the spirit of a champion, the 7 lessons that are taught throughout the book. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna move back a bit. So I learned from the last live I did with Bathmaster. If you haven't seen it, go check it on my wall. Gold Nuggets with Bathmaster. The man is freaking awesome. I admire him so much. His comedy is off the chain, so go check him out if you can. Pretty simple, Bathmaster. That's his handle. And so, yeah, from that live, I learned a lot in the sense that I was really too close to the mic. And the second that we went to live interview, like it cut and my face was like right in the camera. So I won't do that again. So we're going to back up. I'm back up from the mic because I know you can hear me. And here we go. So 7 lessons. First lesson, pick a direction and go. Now it's a bit vague if I tell you to pick a direction and go. What the chapter speaks about, the lesson is to, I'll put it this way, I'll ask you a question. Have you ever been faced with, let's say, 3 options and you don't know which to take, so you end up contemplating for just about, let's say, a week or maybe a month if it's a very serious decision to make, and it takes you way too much time, and you make a decision and it turns out to be the wrong decision, right? Or you made the decision and it turns out to be the right one, but you didn't have to spend so much time waiting. So you analyze for something that should take, a decision is made within a few seconds. But the point of it is, listen, it's okay to analyze. It's okay to look at your options, but just write down the pros and cons of every option and go. Don't waste too much time analyzing the situation. Just pick a direction and go with everything you got. And one of 2 things will happen. If you pick a direction and you go with 110% effort, first thing that can happen, it's the right way. It's the right way, and you pick the right way, and you're going with everything you got, and it's beautiful, life is great. Or it's the wrong way. And if it's the wrong way, what happens is, well, now you found out a lot quicker that it's the wrong way, so now you can go to the other option, right? So you don't spend that week or month contemplating, analyzing, and then take action and go the wrong way, and now you have to wait and you're going the wrong way for another month or so, whatever the case may be. The point of the lesson is just pick a direction and go with everything you got, right? It'll turn out to be the wrong way or the right way anyways. So that is lesson 1. Lesson 2, you can be harmed. So lesson 2 speaks about, everybody has a purpose on this planet. Everybody has a why. And if you haven't found it, I encourage you to sit down, not with anybody else, but yourself, because you're the only person that can actually truly tell you why you're here. So sit down with yourself and, like, what brings you passion? What fulfills you, right? And find that why. And to be honest, until you have fulfilled your calling, right, we'll name it the calling. Until you have fulfilled the calling on your life, you can't be harmed. You won't be able to leave this planet. So don't worry. And for a lot of people, and I'm speaking out of experience, we've all lost someone dear to us, and sometimes we believe that they were gone way too fast, that we didn't get enough time to spend with them. But what we need to do is, of course, celebrate the time that we did get to spend with them, but also analyze the times that we spent with them, what did we learn, right? What did we get from being with them? So, what up, what up? Whoa, I got lost in my thoughts. So analyze what did I get from being with them, right? Because that will tell you why they were here. That will tell you their why, their purpose of why they were here, and that they fulfilled it. So lesson 2 is you can't be harmed. Don't worry about it. Lesson 3, it's not about you. It's not about you. Now this is a big one. It's not about you. What does that mean? It's not about you. So in life, and I'm going to speak out of experience, and it's going to get kind of deep. The moments when I felt like, let's say, the darkest moments in my life. Let's get into it. There have been moments where I've wanted to leave this earth. Let's put it that way. I know it doesn't seem like it because I'm always happy, smiling. But in the darkest moments of my life, when I look back on them, I found that they were dark moments because I thought I was alone. I thought that the weight of the world was all on my shoulders, and I had to carry it by myself. And it gets depressing. It gets really depressing when you're so focused on me, like you're focused on yourself, in the sense of, oh man, this is happening to me. What am I gonna do? And it really gets depressing. Let's put it straight up. You get into a depressed state, and you get into, we call it in the book, victim mentality. And victim mentality, being in that place, is not a great place, to be honest. It's because you believe that everything is happening to you and you have no control. But here's what the chapter speaks about. So lesson 3, it's not about you. It's the main point is the weight of the world was not meant for only you to carry it, right? It's a team effort. And when we understand that everything we do, we're meant to do with others, right? That's when the weight gets distributed. So I'll take a football team, for example, because I play football. If a game plan is based on one player, right, in any sport, if a game plan is based on any team sport, if a game plan is based on one player, and the game plan is like everything is surrounded that player, and that player folds, so all the weight of the game, of the planning, is on his shoulders. If that player folds, gets hurt, or makes mistakes, then naturally the team is going to fold. The team is going to crumble. Why? Because their foundation was that one player. But if the game plan is set for the whole team as individuals to come together as one unit, then the weight of the game is distributed amongst every player. Right? So if one player messes up, makes a mistake, or gets hurt, it's okay, because that weight is now distributed amongst the rest of the team. So there's hardly any weight felt on anybody's shoulders, because it's distributed. There's no one person that has everything depending on them. And there's a great quote that one of my close friends, almost like an uncle to me, he told me, Jay, there's no pressure if you don't resist. And I'll let that sink in. There is no pressure if you don't resist. See, most of us, I'm speaking out of experience, most of us believe that we have to resist everything, or most of everything that comes to us. Like, no, I don't want that, or I should be going that way. But what if we just let it go and say, I'm living my best life. You know, things are going to happen to me, and that's okay, because I know it's what I do about it. It's how I react to them that's going to make the difference, not necessarily the situation. So lesson 3, it's not about you. The lesson is, it's about all of us. Not just you, not just me. It's about us. Lesson 4. Lesson 4. It's the longest chapter. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. So, what does perfect timing mean? You know, in life, when we understand that, and it's my opinion, you don't have to agree, but everything happens for a reason. There's a reason why you're listening in right now. There's a reason why I'm giving this live. There's a reason why cars are passing by, why we have Le Givre. There's a reason for everything, and everything is perfect timing. See, when you adopt this thinking, what happens, it gives you this sense of peace, right? Because you're not rattled in the sense that you're being disturbed by anything that happens to you, because you know it's perfect timing. It's perfect timing. Here, I actually spoke about this in another live. Let's say we're driving. We're driving, you and me. And the speed limit is 80. Let's go 80 kilometers, because we're in Canada here. We're in Montreal, Quebec. So it's 80 kilometers. So in the 80 zone, I usually go 10 over. So I usually go 90. And I get to an intersection and someone cuts me off. So they cut me off. What used to be my reaction was, first I would use language that's not too nice, let's put it that way, and then I would drive right in back of them, right on, just to prove a point, because they cut me off. So imagine we're in the car, the person cuts me off, and then I'm driving behind them because I want to prove a point, and then they start driving 75 kilometers an hour in an 80 zone. Well, let's push it. They start driving 70 kilometers an hour. And now I'm fuming. This used to be me. I done kicked him out. I kicked that version of myself out. But that used to be me. I'm fuming. And what does that change? Nothing. But now that I understand that it's perfect timing, let's backtrack. We're at the intersection. The person cuts me off. I tell myself, well, you know what? That split second that they cut me off is probably going to save me from something that's ahead. And then we drive off, and now they're driving 75 kilometers in a 80 zone. I'm used to going 90 in the 80. I'm breaking the law out here, you know? So, like I said, before I'd be fuming, the old me would be fuming. Now, you know, I keep that 2-car distance and I relax. Because just like before at the intersection, I understand that it's perfect timing, that everything happens for a reason, that if this person is driving slow, I'm telling myself it's because, you know, ahead they might be saving me from an accident. What does that change to the situation? Absolutely nothing. But it's my perspective that gives me peace. Because if my perspective was, man, this person is driving slow to tick me off, then I'm fuming. But what does that change the situation? No, it doesn't. But I understand that it's perfect timing. So by me relaxing, understanding that it's perfect timing, I am at peace with myself. The person is driving 75 kilometers an hour. Hey, let them drive 75 kilometers an hour. You don't have to zoom by or anything. You just roll. Even if you're in a hurry, understand that it's perfect timing. The negative, the positive, everything in your life, accept it. It's perfect timing. Chapter 5. Now, chapter 5, very important. Very, very important. And again, these are all my opinions. You don't have to agree with them. But I do believe most of these are universal, like lessons. These are things that you're going to learn throughout life. And that's the point of the book is learning from the best teacher, which is life. You won't get a better teacher than life. So for all of you, you know, who don't go to school, haven't gone to school, don't worry. You're going to learn a lot from life. You're going to get knocked out. Life is going to wait for you, just whap, whap, whap. Knock you in your temple, you knock out, then you have to get back up, and it's going to knock you back down. But as long as you learn from getting knocked out and get back up, then you're all right. Then you're all right. Life will blindside the heck out of you. Like, you won't see it coming. You will not see things coming. And then you ask, what happens is, now this is not part of the book, but see, when you're going through life, when we're going through life, because again, all of this is out of experience, and you get blindsided by life. I mean, something happens to you that you're like, man, like, why is this happening to me? Well, who else did you want it to happen to? It's your life. Why not you? Right? Now let's see if I can. So when these things happen to you, don't ask yourself, why me? Tell yourself, why not me? Here's an opportunity for me to grow, learn from this situation. As bad as it may seem at the moment, it's exactly that. It's a moment of your life. So why not learn from it? Right? Because that's all you got right now is this moment. Learn from that moment instead of cussing it out and saying, man, I should, I could, I would, all the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. You know, you've probably heard that in the movie, All My 90s Babies. Shoulda, coulda, wouldas. You know, it's not the why me part. It's why not me. You know, I'm that person to understand to understand and learn from this. So, yeah. So that wasn't even in the book. That was just talking to talk. So when life blindsides you and you hit the ground, just get back up. Get back up. It happens to everybody. Don't take it personal. Life just likes to jack people up like that. When you play football, you understand. You get jacked up. Jacked up. Okay, lesson 5. Believe. Oh, man. What do you mean, Jamal, believe? Believe in what? Believe, like, there's a lot of things to believe in, first off. But the key thing to believe in, again, my opinion, is you. You are the key. So in anything you do, you must believe that, again, like we just spoke about, you are the one to make the difference. That you are the one in your life that can build you up, that can give you happiness, that can help you get to the next level. And when you believe full-heartedly, I'm talking about, like, when you believe, like, you have such a belief that no matter what somebody tells you, you keep going. And let's say, right, I want to be a motivational speaker. I want to do conferences. I'm not joking. This is what I want to do. So I believe this is a great place to start. Right. So I tell the world, I shout my dream out to the world that I want to be a motivational speaker. And then some people come tell me, yo, Jamal, like, you sure you want to do that? Like, there are so many motivational speakers out there. What makes you different? Like, isn't it going to be hard? Like, you're not that good. Like, you sure you want to do this? And here is my response to that. See, I'm so focused on my dream that when people tell me that, I'm like, thank you, I appreciate that. I see that you care for me. I appreciate it. And one of two things are going to happen. Either they're going to be like, wow, okay, he's kind of weird. I just, like, told him that his dream was kind of not right. And then they back away. Or they're like, I like this dude. Okay. And then they start hanging around you because they want what you have, in the sense that they want that drive, right? That you don't back down at the second somebody gives you some negative comment about your dream. Homie, it's your dream. It's your vision. It's not for other people to understand. Like, don't lose sleep And I don't want to, again, I don't want to tell anybody what to do. This is what I tell myself every day. Like, Jay, don't lose sleep over what other people think of you. Don't lose sleep over what other people's opinions, in the sense that it's my dream. Those who understand or who want to be part of the dream will join. And those who don't understand and criticize, well, let them criticize. That's why they're there. Why would they do anything else? They're criticizers. Let them criticize. We need criticizers. We need criticizers in this world. They make for great comedy. So in anything you do, believe. I urge you, especially in yourself, in your dreams, in your vision, believe that it's possible. That as you're working as hard as you can, focusing on your effort, that eventually, this is one of the best words that you can use, eventually it's going to become reality. Right? Ooh, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. But just believe. Again, the key thing or person to believe in is yourself. And then believe in your vision and your dream. As long as it brings positive change into the world, because the universe, God is going to reward you. Is going to reward you, right? When you keep going. And I know, again, I'm speaking out of experience. I know sometimes you're like, man, I've been going for years. I've been going for nonstop 60-hour, 80-hour weeks, and there's nothing to show from it. But that's the beauty of it, is that while you're grinding, give me a second, is that while you're grinding, you're developing the person that you're becoming, right? It's during those 80-hour work weeks, during those 60-hour work weeks, during those no sleep days, you're becoming that person. So that's why you're getting ready for the opportunity. And that's what's so great about it, is that if the opportunity hasn't presented itself, it might be because you're not ready. So life says, let's go grind a bit. All right, let's go work on ourselves, personal development, grind, work hard, work smarter. And then you'll see that eventually an opportunity is going to show up and you are ready. And one of the quotes I love the most is, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. Get it? The reason why is because if you're prepared for an opportunity and you didn't get it, the opportunity doesn't show up, but you've built yourself. You've upgraded, right? But in reverse, if you're not ready for an opportunity and it presents itself, that's a double negative, because you're not ready, you haven't grown, the opportunity is there, and you missed it. Right? So in anything you do, keep grinding, keep pushing, and eventually believe wholeheartedly that eventually it will happen for you. And it will. It will. I believe it. I believe in you. Like, you want to talk? Send me a message, we'll talk. Lesson 6. Oh man. Lesson 6. Failure is your friend. If there is one lesson that is so important out of all lessons, is this: failure is your friend. And it really is. So, I realized, and I wrote, I think it's like something like 4 or 5 years ago, I wrote in one of my journals, I said, I'm making the decision today to step away from society and look from the outside in. So I no longer live in society, not physically, but like the mental aspect, the spiritual aspect. I said I'm stepping away from society, and I'm looking from the outside in to see how society works. And here's what I've learned: that society does not teach us in school, especially in school. We're not taught how to deal with failure. They say you need to pass But when we fail, we're not taught how to handle the failure, right? So for a kid who has an exam and fails the exam and says, okay, now you need to study hard, make sure you pass the other one. Okay, but what do I do with this one that I just failed? Because that's the most important part. See, what happens is, let's say we have a test, we fail it. Now what we do after, what we should do after, what we need to do after, is go back on the test and look at all the answers that were wrong, find the right answers, and be like, okay, now it makes sense. Right? You grow from the failure. You use it as a stepping stone. Now I know why I got those answers wrong. In reverse, if I get a test, I failed it, put it aside. Well, I failed the test, number one, and I haven't learned anything from what I didn't get right. And then what happens is, once you go back and you look at your wrong answers and you find the right ones, then you're one step closer to where you need to be, in the sense that now you're leveling up. You have the right answers, gives you a boost of confidence for your next exam. Right? And that's the thing. So failure, let me put it this way. Let's say you're facing, this is part of the book, I'm going to give you a little insider. Let's say you're facing a building that has 10 doors, 100 doors, how many, whatever number of doors. And you know that one of the doors, take care, bro. You know that one of the doors is open, it's unlocked. And that's the only way to get to the other side or get inside the building. So you're facing 100 doors and you know that one of those doors is unlocked. You don't know which one. And you go to the first one, it's locked. You go to the second one, it's locked. What do? Do you give up at those two doors? You say, no. Because if I stay here after these two doors, I have nowhere to go. Let's put it extreme. If I stay here, I die. I need to get to the other side. So what do I need to do to survive? What do I need to do, Jay? What do you need to do? What you need to do, Jay, is keep turning the knobs until a door opens. So you see, let's put this with the failures, right? By me turning a knob and it's locked. It's locked. That's the equivalent of me doing something and failing at it. Wrong door. Another failure. Wrong door. But you see what happens? At the beginning I didn't touch a knob. I have 100 doors. Then I did the first one. I have 99, it's locked. I have 99 doors left. The next one's locked. I have 98 doors left. And so on and so forth. Until I find the right door. So what happens is that every door that was locked brought me one step closer to the open door. So every failure brings you one step closer to where you need to be. Now I'm smiling because it's freaking awesome. Like, imagine we taught that to kids, a concept that's so simple. Like, listen, you failed this test, but don't worry. Here's a chance to boost your confidence. Let's go look at the test. Let's look at what you got wrong. Let's correct these. Together, one-on-one, let's correct these. And then we'll get to studying for the next one. And don't you worry, we're going to make it happen. So when you fail, when you fail, don't worry. Tell yourself I'm one step closer to where I need to be. And life gets so much more interesting. So much more interesting. So just to recap on that, there's a difference between failure and between failing and being a failure. So failing is I fall down, but I get back up every time. You fall down 7 times, you get back up 8. Being a failure is falling down and staying there and then blaming the whole world for you falling and not getting back up. So that's lesson 6. Lesson 7. Be prepared. Now, I think we have kind of spoke about this, about about be prepared for an opportunity and not having one, instead of having an opportunity and not be prepared for it. But that's lesson 7. It's in lesson 7. It speaks about the 3 championships that I was blessed to be a part of with a semi-pro team here in Montreal. Football team, semi-pro football team here in Montreal, and there's 2 of the championships. I was blessed to give the opening speech, or the speech right before we go out to the game, and I was the first one. I didn't know I was prepared, but I was, because I had listened to countless hours through my trainings. See, during my trainings for football, university, even before that, I didn't really listen to music. I listened to motivational speeches. I listened to motivational music, inspirational music. So what happens is, like, while I'm training, like I go hard. I have a saying. It's not go hard or go home. It's go hard or go hard. There's one option. As my body and mind were being pushed, they were in a not a hectic state, but in a shock. My body was being shocked because I was pushing it so hard. It records the shock, but it also records what I'm listening to, right? So I was able to memorize a lot of motivational speeches, inspirational speeches. So when it came to that first championship, I was able to give the speech that I memorized. And it's a story about a treasure. I'll let you guys read it. And then the last championship, which was our 3rd one, I was able to, I didn't even know what I was going to speak about, but I ended up giving a speech, that I don't even know where it came from. Like, the month leading up to that championship, I was driving back and forth from practice and I was asking God, I'm like, God, I don't know what to tell these guys, man. We already used the burn the boats, so which is the first story in the first championship. So I'm like, I really don't know what you want me to tell the guys to get them pumped up. But he gave me what I had to tell them, and it's in the book, so I'll let you go ahead and read that. And very soon this will be available on Audible. But needless to say, like, ladies and gentlemen, in anything you do, please understand that life is a teacher. And the second we start thinking that we know enough is the second we start to fall, and not get up. So every day, look for the things that you can learn. Look for the things that learn from life, because every day is a new breath. Like, if you can once a day, just take that like 10 seconds to inhale 5 seconds, exhale 5 seconds. You'll see that, like, you'll get a lot more out of life, and you have always more to learn every day. So, the spirit of a champion, learning from the best teacher, which is life. If you can get on Amazon as an ebook or paperback, but the point of this live wasn't even for you to go buy it. The point of this live was really just for you to understand that life is a teacher. All right, life is a teacher, and we need to learn every day. So if ever you want to talk, let me know. We can get on the live, or you just send me a message, and we'll get we have deep talk, or we just say, hey, what's up? I really don't mind. I'm there for you. So on that note, have a blessed Friday, a blessed weekend, happy holidays, and we will see each other on Monday. We have a guest speaker, one of my close friends, on Monday, 5:30 p.m. I'm excited to have him on the show, Gold Nuggets. So on that note, I wish you a great day. And again, Spirit of a Champion. It's in French and English. You can find it on Amazon. And I'm actually raising funds to print out 500 copies to give to kids if ever you want to donate. I did a GoFundMe page. We now have $1,300 donated, so we still have $3,700 to go. and $1,300 is freaking awesome. So thank you to everybody who's donated. If you want to donate, any amount is welcome, from a penny to whatever you want to donate. So and I'll send you guys a link. So on that note, have a blessed day, ladies and gentlemen. I love y'all. Peace up. A-Town down.